One of the fun things about my job is in September I get to travel around the state handing out money. So I'm the lady with the money, and that'll be good for all of you. Let me share a little bit about what you've been involved in, because what has happened is because of students like you. And for those of you who are pre-AP, I want this to inspire you to go on and make sure you stay with the AP. I know it's not always easy. I know sometimes you think, oh Lord, there's one more paper to write. There's calculus, there's statistics, there's Saturday prep, all those things, but ultimately it pays off. This program was started because ExxonMobil realized that as a nation, we need more students excelling in math and science. It's imperative. We've got to do that. In our state, it's important because we don't have enough students graduating from college. We're doing a really great job. We're sending them to college, and they're having a wonderful freshman year. Then they're coming home. But what we know is that students who do well in AP tend not to come home at semester or after that freshman year. They tend to stay and graduate. So that's part of why this program is so important. That's why the program was started. Let me share with you a little bit that we know about students in Arkansas and students who take AP. We have a research group that's affiliated with the University of Central Arkansas, and they've done all of our research for us. And Rogers Heritage students have been involved in this study, because they're tracking all of our students, and we're looking to see, are they graduating from college? What's happening? Are we making a difference? Here's what we know. Students who take AP, just take AP. You don't have to have the magic 3, 4, or 5. Just take AP. Have a higher freshman GPA than students who never take it. Here's the difference. No AP on a high school transcript. The average GPA for the freshman year is a 2.2. Just taking one AP class, having that on your transcript, your freshman year, you average a 3.2. Now folks, let me tell you, a 2.2 won't keep your scholarship. A 3.2 will. So it makes a difference just in that respect. Kids who take AP tend to accumulate more hours their freshman year than the ones who don't. The students who enter Arkansas colleges with no AP on a transcript average 17.6 hours for their entire freshman year. By my book, that's one semester's worth of credit scattered over a whole year. Students with AP, and particularly a score of 3, 4, or 5, tend to average 31.8 hours of credit. So parents, I know which group you want your kids in, and it's not the 17 hours of credit, because you're the ones paying the bill. So I know where you want your students. We know that students who take AP are less likely to take remedial courses. Again, the difference is no AP, and the average student their freshman year, 64% of them, if they don't have AP, end up in a remedial course in college. But with AP and a score of a 3, 4, or 5, only 13% end up in a remedial course. And again, the Research Center did some study, and we know that for the most part, those are students that English is not their primary language. So we know that much. Graduating from college on time. Everybody wants to graduate from college on time. In Arkansas right now, that's 5 years instead of 4. Only 33% of the students with no AP graduate on time in 5 years. But 73% of the students with AP graduate on time. Again, parents, I know where you want your kids, on how many years you're paying that tuition. So AP matters. It matters in sticking with it. It matters in your success. It also matters in the kind of jobs you're going to be able to get in the future. A brand new study came out last Friday, and it looked at the state of Arkansas. It actually looks at every state. It's called the Vital Signs Study. And here's what they said about Arkansas right now. And for you students, I think this is pretty important. They said that right now, for every one unemployed person in this state, one person without a job, there are 2.4 jobs available connected in math and science. 2.4 jobs available, empty, for every one unemployed person. But that one unemployed person doesn't have the math and science skills necessary to get the job. And that's going to continue. At the same time, right now in Arkansas, for every 4.4 unemployed persons, there's only one job available that does not involve math and science. So very clearly, math and science is important. And so for all of you, I encourage you, particularly you sophomores and juniors, you've still got time in the next year to take that added math and science course. It does make a difference in preparation for the future. Now, we have 39 schools in the program. You're one of them. Let me tell you what you did as a group, because it's phenomenal. And if you read today's newspaper, you'll notice that it's made Arkansas really, really newsworthy across the nation. Our 39 schools, you're part of it, produce in math, science, and English 3,038 scores of 3, 4, and 5. And that's pretty good. But it is particularly good when you understand what's happening in the rest of the schools in this state. We produce 78% of the state's increase in AP Math, Science, and English scores of 3 or better. You're part of that. You produce 43% of all the students in the state with a Math, Science, and English score of 3, 4, 5. In other words, kids, if you've got a 3, 4, or 5 in Math, Science, or English, you are 1 out of 4 out of every 10 kids in the state of Arkansas walking around with a 3, 4, 5. You produced 51% of the state's AP Science scores. 39 schools out of 271 produced 51% of the state's increase in AP Science scores, 43% in math, and 40% in English. You need to give yourself a big round of applause because y'all, that's phenomenal. And if you saw the paper today, what that has done, what our schools, what Rogers Heritage has done, what that has done for the state of Arkansas is that Arkansas is number 4 in the nation in the percentage of increase of AP Math and Science scores of 3 or better. We're number 3 in the nation in the percentage of increase of Math, Science, and English scores in the nation. We're number 2 in the nation in the percentage of increase of minority scores of AP Math, Science, and English. And we lead the nation. We're number 1 in the percentage of increase in math and science scores by Hispanic and African American students. And you have done that. Now, what does this mean, really? I've done a little bit of math. Heritage produced 180 3s, 4s, and 5s in math, science, and English. 180 scores. Yeah, give yourself a round of applause. Worth about 3 hours of credit. That's what it all breaks out to ultimately. So by my calculations, you earned on last year's test about 540 hours of college That's not bad. Each hour of college credit in Arkansas costs on an average of $215. Available's a little bit higher, some others are a little less, so it averages about $215 per credit hour. So $215 times 540 hours. Rogers Heritage students earned $116,100 worth of college credit on these tests last year. You need to be really, really proud of what you accomplished, because we're so very proud. So keep up the good work, keep studying, go to Saturday prep sessions, and hang in there, because we expect even more.